with me is Vita, a librarian and a project manager for projects for young people. Vita, can you tell us about the young people in this library? Are there many?
Yeah, there are more here than in some other libraries at least. Now we are a big city and we have a lot of students, and because of that they come to the library, and we have about 360 seats, where you can sit and work in groups like we do at the Aalborg University. And the average age of users at the libraries in Denmark are 51, and in Aalborg they're 37.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
So all those young people, what do they come here for? Do they study?
Yeah, some of them study. A lot of them study. They need, just because they're studying, they need the library. So it's very clear why they come. And they also come here instead of going to the university library or instead of going to the university to study, because they find it an attractive place to stay in. Because here they can get some help immediately. They think that the library is, dishy. It's nice to be here. You can buy a cup of coffee, you can drink water, you can sit with your lunch, together with the books. It doesn't matter. There's Wi-Fi, and so for that reason, and I think also it means a lot. There are a lot of young people here, so they attract other young people. And then there are other groups, like we have clubs. They're a bit younger. There is a manga club. And that's. It seems like we've managed to gather almost all the manga enthusiasts in Aalborg, and they really like to come here. They come before the club starts, and they just hang out afterwards. So they really like each other's company, and they like being here. Then we have a reading club. It's called Books and Beyond. And it's a young librarian student she's only 22. And when she was young, she really needed someone to be with, to read together and talk about the books. And she hasn't forgotten that. She found that in a library where she lived. So now she's trying to give it back, here in Aalborg. And that we're very fond of that, because she's doing a big job, going out to schools, finding young people who would like to read, and then gathering them. And the young people themselves like it so much that now they've also started, by their own initiative, a writing club.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the last club that we have is a gaming club, and they are mainly, I think they're only boys. And I think they are from the age of 13 to 18. And they have very many different nationalities.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So young people come here to cooperate and communicate, not just sit alone with laptops or books.
Yeah, they do. And the university in Aalborg was based in the beginning of the 1970s, and they started out by being very different in the sense that they wanted young people to cooperate in groups, because that was, at that point they could already see how important project management, project working would be in the private enterprises and in the other organizations. So they started out by doing that, and now that is the brand of the Aalborg Library, Aalborg University. And now you can see how we facilitate working in groups.
Are there any spontaneous interactions between young people here? Do they come here and meet, fall in love?
We hope so. Actually, we see, when it comes to falling in love, we see young people, young couple coming here. Some of them are, from other cultures where you cannot just sit at home and holding your boyfriend's hand.
Oh,
so yes. You come to the library, and then you hide a little in the cellar or in the music department upstairs. So we see that from time to time. But yeah, they do interact. And, I think that comes naturally. And then, of course, sometimes we do parties. We've done a party together with the union, and we've done a party that was mainly for a bit younger people, like we called it the big club party. So where people would come from very many different kinds of environments, but meet up here.
And are there some groups of young people who have not yet come to the library, and what do you do to attract them?
Yeah, there's one specific group that we are trying now to get hold of, and they are from 13 to 18 years of age. We call them the free young people, and it means that you're so free that you don't really know what to do with your life, in the sense that after school you don't attend anything like music or sports, but you hang out. You hang out at McDonald's, you hang out at the city center somewhere, you know, where you have to buy coffee, where you have to buy Coke, you know, just to sit around. So at some point, you know, that you're kicked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we would like, you know, to give them a possibility to come to the library, because we think it's a nice and healthier place, you know, to stay if you don't have a place to stay. But it's difficult because they don't think so much ahead. It would be difficult for them to say, oh, every Wednesday I have to go to this and that. They have very many different kinds of interests, so it's difficult to find an interest that really hits a big target group. But at least what they say now that we've talked to them is that they they would like to meet famous people. They like things that are swag. And you know, they would like to do stuff about, you know, what's fashionable right now.
I see.
Something like that. But you know, we haven't talked to them so much yet, so there might be other things popping up.
What would you say to the skeptical people who believe that the libraries are about to go extinct?
I would say that, you know, if you really want to keep on top and you want to compete not just nationwide but also globally, then you have to have very clever people. And if you want to use, you know, if you want your kid to be clever, you need the library. It's not enough with the school. And also, you know, as a youngster, you need to, you know, be alert, you know, to really learn something new every day. And also when even if you have a job, you see how you have to take courses and so on. And sometimes you have to do it in your spare time, because competition is getting harder because of globalization.
Thank you very much, Vita. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. Same to you.